province. So at first they will be given the scenario of the typhoon. It's going to be signal number 1. The information will be given by the Philippine Atmospheric, Geophysical and Astronomical Services Administration. The head of the barangay captain, sends the early warning first through the ringing of the bells. The BDCC activates, and then they help the community members evacuate from their houses to the designated evacuation center. And then after that, the student emergency response teams, which were trained prior to the simulation exercises, conduct search and rescue operations of the injured in the communities. So they will be giving first aid to the injured and then transferring them to a safe place and probably the barangay health centers. Barangay disaster coordinating councils will still be the responsible persons to tell the evacuees that they can go back to their homes.
Bahay tubo, kahit muntik, ang halaman doon ay sari-sari, singkamas at talong, sigarilyas at mani, sitaw, bataw, batani.
Next would be increasing their knowledge on hazards, risks, and vulnerabilities present in their communities. So what we do under this key result area is to provide trainings on capacities and vulnerability assessments, and also for disaster risk management.
Una vez que tienen ese curso de formación se pasa hacia el nivel siguiente, que sería un poco que hagan su plan de contingencia. El plan de contingencia no es nada más que un plan donde ellos saben qué hacer en cada tipo de escenario. Es decir, en el caso de que haya un tifón o un fuego o un derrumbamiento, etc.
Our contingency plan in Garcia Terrena focused on saving lives and properties, especially that we have here a very vulnerable situation, specifically to storm surge. Will help all of its constituents to be more aware of what will happen and to be aware of what will be the next move if ever there will be a calamity.
Luego estamos intentando enfrentarnos al aislamiento, al problema del aislamiento que viven algunas comunidades, y eso lo podemos hacer a través de un sistema de alerta temprana. Es decir, se coordinen por ejemplo, con niveles más altos para que les avisen a tiempo en caso de tifón, por ejemplo, una alerta 1, alerta 2, y sepan ya dónde ir y evacuar. Eso ya es un logro muy grande, considerando que muchas comunidades son reticentes a dejar sus propias casas durante un tifón.
During calamities, if they have the radios, the communication system, or facilities, then they could easily ask for assistance. Now, there are times when landslides would affect the mobility of people all around, transport, and therefore they are isolated. And with these facilities now and assistance from the ACF, they could easily ask for assistance from the outer areas.
The third focus area would be strengthening institutional coordination among DCC members and with other partner agencies involved in humanitarian response and emergency response.
Por ley, en este país existen lo que llaman DCCs, que son Disaster Coordinating Council, que quiere decir consejos de coordinación para el desastre. Existen desde nivel de barangay, nivel municipal, nivel provincial hasta nacional. Y a nivel barangay y municipal, en la mayoría de la región están muy débiles, sin embargo existen por ley. Entonces este proyecto lo que hace es fortalecerlos a través de la capacitación, del acompañamiento, de los simulacros. Y este me parece un punto fundamental de cara a la sostenibilidad.
El nivel de institucionalización lo estamos haciendo intentando replicar un proyecto que ha tenido muchísimo éxito en la provincia de Albay a través de APSEMO, que es la oficina permanente en Albay que está trabajando muy bien en la respuesta de desastres. Entonces lo que se pretende hacer con el proyecto es simplemente replicar lo que ya existe en otras provincias y acompañarle un poco en el proceso.
The task of APSEMO is to perform disaster-related activity before, during, and after. This must be replicated in all provinces in the Philippines for reason that the office will become the technical and administrative arm. And once the office is institutionalized, the Disaster Coordinating Council will have a permanent staff. Even if the governor is replaced, the training will be there, and therefore the cost of disaster management is cheaper than replacing every now and then the personnel.
The MDCC is the policy formulating body for calamities and disaster-related activities or incidents in the municipality. Now, they directly coordinate with the provincial Disaster Coordinating Council and the National Disaster Coordinating Council. Well, in the barangay, they also have the so-called Barangay Disaster Coordinating Council. And we would always feel that among the people who would be interested very much in all these activities are the barangays themselves, because they are the ones greatly affected.
The Barangay Council is the local government in charge of the barangay, which is the smallest local government unit in the Philippines. So the Barangay Disaster Coordinating Council is composed of first the barangay chairman and then several barangay kagawads. They are elected through the local elections. Barangay Giamlong is one of the barangays selected in the project to be a beneficiary of the mitigation activities. The proposal of the barangay, which was to rehabilitate their water system, came from the workshop of environmental risk mitigation. So they identified this project because currently their source of water are rivers and hand pumps, which are not guaranteed safe. So there's a history in this barangay of diarrhea outbreak. That's why the objective of the mitigation is to provide and ensure access of potable water to the community members, especially during emergencies.
El proyecto de prevención de desastres financiado por la Generalitat Valenciana ha tenido mucho éxito. Yo creo que hemos atacado los problemas y hemos conseguido muchos resultados.
We are working in two provinces under the region, that is Camarines Sur and Catanduanes. From these two provinces, we have 4 municipalities, which is Garchitorena, Cabusao, San Miguel, and Caramoran. So from these 4 municipalities, we have 17 barangays all in all. The estimated number of beneficiaries covered by the project from the 17 barangays is around 14,000 people, and for the school-based activities, we have targeted 12 schools with 1,561 student population and 67 teachers.
Now, right now, we welcome very much the assistance that we are getting from donors, because the incident of calamities in Catanduanes, or specifically in San Miguel, is really tremendous.
We're very happy that the outreach program of ACS have reached our locality because, first of all, we are more aware than before about the calamity in our locality. When time comes that calamitous event occur in our locality, we are already prepared for it, and we are making sure that no one will lose their lives in calamity.
That's why just recently, the Typhoon Dante, we had 0 casualty despite of casualties in Sorsogon, Catanduanes, Camarines Sur, and Camarines Norte, because we had our community level warning system. And they know when to evacuate based on the amount of rainfall received. That's why they were evacuated 2 to 3 hours ahead of the landslide.
Maraming tao kasi nagkaroon na sila ng mga kaalaman dito.
Before when there's no ACF yet in this community, the knowledge of the people are limited, and they don't know what to do. But now that ACF has implemented projects in Sulong, they increase their knowledge and know what to do, and they are better prepared for the disaster.
So right now we are focusing on providing more trainings for the DCC members, and also infrastructure development that would ensure, like for a particular community, they have a place to go to during emergencies.
Queda muchísimo por hacer. La población necesita acompañamiento, necesita supervisión en ese proceso de institucionalización. Claramente también recomendaría que las mismas actividades se replicaran en otras municipalidades, en otras zonas, para aumentar el impacto de lo que ya hemos hecho.
Working with all these difficulties in the area, it gives the ACF as well as most of the staff